All right, let's begin here. The presidency has denied that SABC Group Executive for News and Current Affairs, Moshoeshoe Monare, is being targeted ahead of the upcoming elections. Now, Monare says a senior state security agency official called him, demanding that he be vetted again and take a polygraph test. Presidential spokesperson Vincent Magwenya has told the media that Monare never completed his vetting process when he joined the SABC 2 years ago, which is compulsory for all executives. Now, Magwenya emphasized that President Cyril Ramaphosa will never sanction acts of behaviour of intimidation nor harassing journalists, as this would be contrary to the Bill of Rights enshrined in the Constitution.
The SABC made the request to the SSA to conduct a vetting process on Mr. Monare as per the established practice with all SABC executives. Mr. Monare's predecessor, Ms. Patiswa Makgopeni, who now serves on the board of directors of the SABC, went through a similar vetting process without any hitches. It is therefore not true that Mr. Monare is being targeted ahead of the elections. The vetting process does not cover practicing journalists or reporters at the SABC. Mr. Monare is not a reporter at the SABC. He is an executive. Upon his appointment, Mr. Monare gave consent to the vetting process and completed the form that was furnished to him and went further to submit some, but not all, of the information that was required. The process was then stalled when Mr. Monare did not want to submit himself to a polygraph test, which is part of the vetting process. Consequently, the vetting of Mr. Monare was never completed. The process that started in 2022, when he joined the SABC, has not been completed due to his aversion of the polygraph test, which is only one element of the broader vetting process. The presidency is also informed that the new SABC Group Chief Executive, Ms. Nomsa Chabeli, is currently going through the same vetting process, and that the current board of directors of the SABC went through a similar vetting process. President Ramaphosa or any part of his administration will never sanction acts of intimidation or harassment of journalists, because such behavior in our country will stand contrary to the sacrosanct adherence to the Bill of Rights that are enshrined in our Constitution.
SABC Head of News, Moshoeshoe Monare, had this to say.
We operate, as the News and Current Affairs of SABC, we operate in an environment which really requires maximum media freedom, in a sense that it cannot be hindered by anyone, including state security. And having said that, it does not necessarily mean I cannot follow the processes, the recruitment processes of SABC, which include vetting as the group executive, which I have done that. But to me is that if you are now saying that I'm editor-in-chief, then I must subject you to polygraphy. Polygraph test. All I'm asking is that explain, give reasons, make sure that the person that you are subjecting that to must understand the purpose and the rationale. That's all I'm asking. I've asked the state security on a Monday ago to explain to me. I'm still waiting. Hence, I'm shocked that Mr. Magwenya decided to come to the platform and say, I've stalled the process. I'm waiting to say, because South Africa is a constitutional democracy. You cannot make arbitrary decisions. You know, when you exercise public power, you need to explain that power. You need to account for that power. And it's for us, especially journalists, who really are responsible for making people accountable for that power. All I'm saying is that I'm not special. I don't want to be treated, be given some privileged treatment. All I'm saying, explain to me. Put it in writing. And that's the law. It expects anyone making decisions to make that explanation. From my point of view, I just want to do my job. And my job is to make sure that the millions of South Africans are informed and to ensure that the principles of SABC News, which is independent and partial, are adhered to. They cannot be interfered to. That's my job. The other process, which, like I said, is part of my contract to say, subject yourself to this vetting. I never had a problem with it. I never objected to it. So I'm waiting. If they say, okay, complete the process, I'm ready to complete the process. But if you are saying that we want to add this aspect of the process, I will say, explain to me. And that's what I'm waiting. But in the meantime, I expect my colleagues in the newsroom, my colleagues all over the country to cover the elections impartially, independently, without being intimidated by anyone.